Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here talking tech with the tech divas from BizChicks. Welcome to Tech Life Weekly. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and with Dr. Tachi, all the way from Florida, our media specialist. Oh my gosh, this woman has got it going on. We got a PhD in communications in the house. Okay, so if you got questions, this is a place to be. We'll be joined shortly with Terry Johnson online, all the way from New York City, and I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups. Welcome to Tech Life Weekly. What do you have for us today, Fran?
Well, I got a little bit of tech history, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that, and then we can proceed until apprehended. You probably seeing new things on our screen. That's because we're in the sandbox today. We're playing with some stuff, and to see how it pans out. So, welcome to those who are watching live and everybody on the replay. Let's get started with some tech history. All right. And I prepared a video for this.
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah, just because. Here's a roundup of interesting moments in tech history from this week. November 1st, 1995. Intel introduced the Pentium Pro processor. Designed to handle complex calculations more efficiently, this chip laid the groundwork for faster computing power in business and high-performance machines, influencing how processors evolved in the following years. November 2nd, 1931, DuPont announced Duprene, a synthetic rubber later renamed neoprene. This versatile material, developed from acetylene, became widely used in industrial and consumer applications, from wetsuits to insulation, impacting multiple industries. November 3rd, 1999, Real Networks admitted to collecting user data without consent via its Real Jukebox software. This event highlighted early concerns around digital privacy and transparency, leading Real Networks to issue a patch to allow users to opt out. November 4th, 1984, Dell Computers officially launched, with founder Michael Dell initially operating out of his dorm room. Dell's direct-to-consumer sales approach reshaped the PC industry, helping the brand become a tech giant in custom-built computers. November 5th, 1999, the popular website PayPal officially debuted. Created to make online transactions smoother, it would go on to play a major role in online payments, later merging with eBay and helping shape the future of digital commerce. These milestones highlight innovation across hardware materials, privacy issues, and digital payments, each one shaping our current tech landscape in various ways. For more details on these and other tech history highlights, you might enjoy exploring resources like This Day in Tech History. Cancer detection via nanotech. Researchers unveiled a breathalyzer that can detect lung cancer from exhaled air. This device could enable early detection, significantly improving survival rates. SpaceX supply mission. SpaceX's Dragon successfully delivered over 6,000 pounds of scientific equipment to the ISS, fueling further space research. Neural tech breakthrough. Scientists developed tiny wireless devices that wrap around neurons, allowing precise brain research and potentially aiding neurological therapies. Dell's new laptops with AI Copilot button. Dell's XPS models have introduced a dedicated button for Microsoft's Copilot AI, making it easier than ever to access AI functionalities directly from the keyboard. This feature demonstrates Microsoft's push to embed AI into consumer tech, improving productivity and ease of use for consumers in real time. iPad Pro 2024 with M4 chip, Apple's newest iPad Pro, now with the powerful M4 chip, stands out as an incredibly thin yet fast tablet. Its OLED display and processing capabilities show that Apple continues to lead in creating portable devices that blend high performance with a sleek design. Apple is also expected to unveil software updates to maximize the new tablet's abilities. Samsung HWQ990D soundbar. For home entertainment, Samsung's HWQ990D soundbar has upped the game for Dolby Atmos audio. It offers immersive sound quality, appealing especially to gamers with a 120Hz HDMI 2.1 compatibility, ideal for the latest consoles. Nothing Ear A earbuds with AI. The new Nothing Ear A earbuds have raised the bar for budget audio by integrating ChatGPT, allowing users to interact with AI directly through the earbuds. This makes them a standout in the wireless earbud market, bringing advanced voice interaction to a reasonably priced product. These products reflect a continued shift toward integrating AI and immersive tech in everyday devices, showcasing how companies are leaning into convenience and performance for modern consumer needs. Make the background music inspiring and upbeat. Okay, I think that's done. TJ said she was here.
All right.
Oh, there she is. Oh, she's off camera, but she's here. Okay, that's your week in tech history. I don't know what. Anyway, I thought the interesting thing was the nanotech on neurons, the tech on the neurons. I'm like, how did y'all
Yes.
stuff on the neurons?
You know, it's just incredible what they're able to do with nanotechnology. It has such promise, especially for things like medicine. So I'm excited about that. Tried to hold everything to get my anger together, but but you know, I'm excited for that. And I mean, I don't want to get into it, but I'm interested to see how these types of things will fare under the new administration because it will have an effect. So,
Yeah, I think people just need to keep pushing forward and act like.
well, if I could say something, I already this morning I had already had enough. So really, it's like, you know, these things they have an effect on everyone, you know, in some way, shape, or form. But I like the things that normally I would let go today, I didn't let go, and that was because now you want me, black woman, to let this go too? No, I'm so I really I was really annoyed this morning. So I think we're gonna
Are
start this.
you mad about the blue bracelet thing?
Oh no, I didn't see a blue
Okay,
bracelet.
what are we talking about? A blue
No,
bracelet?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
No,
Dr.
please, no,
Go ahead.
go ahead. I need to know about this.
Okay, so if you're hanging out on Threads, which I am now, because all the stuff that happened this weekend and more every week, every time something happens on Twitter, X, they move to Threads. So now everybody's, more and more people are on Threads. So I'm getting a lot of conversations. And one thing I'll say about Threads that I love is that when I like stuff and I come back in, I get to see other people, like different people, but the topic. So I liked a whole bunch of threads about black women sitting out because because we were sitting out because we did this and that and you guys didn't do your part, blah blah blah. So when I kept coming back in, I would see more and more and more. So now there's some other people and other communities that are like, oh, we're so sorry, how can we make it to where you black women feel safe? So they were like, oh, we'll just make blue bracelets to secretly signal that we're with you. So that enraged the community more. They're like, why are you doing something stupid like a bracelet in silence when you should have talked to the people in your life?
To
Why
hell
can't
with your blue bracelet. If you
So I
Don't make
know
me
you
angry
didn't
this
see it. So
morning.
if you go to Threads and it's the hashtag, I think the hashtag is blue bracelet or something. If you catch one of these threads and like it, you'll see more. It's like a wave. You'll just see
Wow,
more of it, which is the one
that's
thing I love that they're doing.
interesting. Wow. No, I didn't hear about
Yeah,
it.
so because I started liking the threads about, we're not doing anything. We're sitting this one out. We've done the work. We're tight. So I liked a bunch of those, and then I kept coming back in the threads, and then it was like, oh, something about we don't want your funky blue bracelet or your secrets. It was like a wink, wink, nod, nod that we're secretly for you, and that enraged the community more. They are angry. I'm just saying people are
Well,
angry. And
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 not to
so
talk to your
go ahead,
point
go
with
ahead.
that. I'm
Go ahead.
sorry, to your point with that, because I know we have to get going. To
Go
your
ahead.
point with that, it's like the we're going to start to see more of this in media and on social media as probably a hashtag we're done because of the feeling the overwhelming feeling of betrayal that we feel. And the thing is that it feels like, okay, this is the last straw. We've given you hundreds of years to, and you still haven't. We're done. And so there's this whole I've seen things on social media. There was this one in particular on social media that Jill Jones, former singer with Prince and musician,
Mm-hmm.
actually posted. And there was this woman who just went off on everybody who voted against us, right? And she said, you can die, you can, and it was
That,
harsh,
mhm.
but it was like that's exactly what people were feeling. But then I looked in the comments. I said, let me see what people are saying. So the when you look across the demographics of who voted where, overwhelmingly, I think it was 92% of black women voted for Harris. So that's only 8% that did not. So what was happening in the comments is that, well, are you going to call out the 8% of black women? We were like, what? Are you so yet again, you want us to do the heavy lifting. So if you're seeing the we're done, we're tired, if you're seeing it in hashtags, if you're seeing this across social media, that is the overwhelming sentiment that has happened. And I think the
Mhm.
interesting thing is people realize, oh, we messed up. We done messed up
Mhm.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of conversations of we're sitting this one out, we're tired. If because they want to do a women's march Saturday or something.
Okay,
And
that's fine. Let them march. I'm not going.
so
I am not
so
marching.
so a lot of like black journalists, like really, prominent, and other black women are like, we no, they a simple no. They're like, we're not doing this, we're not helping you, we're not marching, we're sitting this one out. We're going to have brunch, we're going to self-care, we're going to take care of ourselves and our family. You guys want to march on. I see a lot of that. It's a lot of that sentiment. And then I saw the blue bracelet, which if you go to threads and type in blue bracelets, you'll
And we
see.
got to buy that blue bracelet from them, right?
So
The devil is a liar.
speaking of
Uh,
that, Carolina, somebody put a thread saying that they're happy to see some black women selling blue bracelets. You want a blue bracelet? Well, here, I'm gonna take your money.
mhm. I'm on board with that.
It's a whole, like, this week I've been looking at thread. I've been very quiet, sitting back, looking at threads, looking at X,
I have
Twitter.
turned off my whole thing. I just turned it off.
Yeah. No, I don't watch TV. I'm on YouTube and social
I'm
media.
not watching none of it.
So
I'm,
You,
because I wanted to see what the conversation was. So
done.
that's what's
absolutely.
going on.
You know what you could do when it comes to social media or whatever, and this is what I was saying because I was on twice this week. So I was on election day. I did a stream.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I was on yesterday for
Right.
Mediascope, and then
Hmm.
I probably am going to do a Mediascope hang suite tonight, just to kind of get us back to
Okay.
center.
Okay.
Uh, so
I think I'm just gonna take a Valium and call it a happy.
yeah,
No,
I
and do
watched
what
your
works for
show,
you.
Dr. Taj. I watched your. I was there and I had to leave, so I was like, I missed some of the good stuff. So I want to go back and watch. And then I did hear you say about doing a show the Friday after dark. So if you do it, yeah, I'll be there.
I'll let you
Okay.
know. I mean, just for us to I think one thing that we all really need is we still need community. Despite that, we still live in the world.
Yes,
So the world doesn't shut down and you don't shut down because of that.
right.
So let's, although I abhor the monarchy, the keep calm and carry on thing is a good thing. But what I was saying on Tuesday is
Hmm.
protect your peace.
Right.
So if that means that you have to curate your feed, which TJ knows very well, you
All
could
the
do,
time.
just start watching puppies and rainbows and sunshine. Your entire feed will be that.
Yep. And
It's
if you
gonna,
go to TikTok and start watching travel shows or,
yes,
travel things or puppies or squirrels or what, you will see more of it.
it
Okay.
was the algorithm shows you
Yep.
what they see you watching, and
Yep.
they say, "Oh, this person wants more of this.
Unicorns and
More
rainbows.
puppies for you, puppies for everyone."
Puppies for
And that's a good
everybody.
thing. Exactly. Now,
It
this
is.
doesn't mean don't pay attention to what's going on, because I
Right.
think the opposite is also very dangerous, not to pay attention to what's happening
Right.
in media, etc. But to protect your peace, you're no good to anybody if you're a frazzled mess because of all of this.
And
So
see, here's
protect your
the thing:
peace.
you could, it's always gonna be. It's like a candy in the fridge. Like you, I like to put my chocolate in the fridge to keep it from being soft. But anytime I want it, it's there. So same thing here. You can opt out, relax, protect your peace, because it's always there. It's like the water in the pipe. The water is always running. You just turn on the faucet and get some water and turn it off. So it's gonna be like that. That's how I see it. Just, you don't have to swim in it. You can stay out on the shore, on the beach, lay on your lounger, enjoy the sun, and then when you want to get back in the ocean, go ahead. That's the only way I can think of saying it.
Yes, this is a lively week. So, thank you everybody for yeah, so the tech history stuff, it seems, I guess this is a day in tech history. Woo! So, Terry, you got anything for us?
Yes. I got a couple of things. Hold on, let me share my screen. I was going to start. Well, let me start with the Japanese scientists first. Okay. Can you guys see that? Is that on full
Hang on
screen?
a minute. Let me
Not
go
yet.
like that. There we
Oh,
go.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. And I need to see. Is it full screen?
Yes, it is.
Okay. It seems that these Japanese scientists have decided that they are going to combine human skin and graft it onto robots, and they've been able to actually make that skin move into a smile. So now they feel like they'll be able to control facial expressions, and they're grafting these things over the um, the facial form for their robots, and their objective is to eventually do the entire um,
Robot.
correct. I was gonna say body. The robot. Okay, robot. Uh, and the skin. The thing that they like about it is that the skin is self healing, and so that they don't have to, when a robot skin is scratched or something, they don't have to replace the whole thing. It heals itself. It's also going to be very instrumental. Oh my gosh, very instrumental in helping to deal with research for medical purposes. So I'm going to just run this. It doesn't have any audio. So
Okay.
let's start with the first caption. It says Japanese scientists graft
Okay.
living skin onto a robot face to make it smile. And I'm going to start the video. Scientists in Japan have made a robot face covered in living, self healing skin that can smile. They also covered a bendable robotic finger in the skin, which can move and bend and actually flick things out of the way. Researchers believe technology can pave the way for lifelike bio-humanoid connections so that it can interact with one another. And you can see them actually pulling the skin.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to the
Start
Credit
sharing.
Karmaverse, a
Um,
place where
I
financial
think you can
progress
just hit
can
your
happen at
stop.
the
Oh,
speed of
wait, I can
delight.
control
Here
something
we
over
help you
here.
achieve your
Okay. Okay, so I don't know what happened to
Hmm.
Terry. Okay, one, creepy. Two, is that like human skin they're using?
Yes, I actually
That's
talked
creepy.
about this on Mediascope, and the same thing. I don't like this one bit. I don't like the way. First of all, it's
Nail.
wet. I can't stand that. But I'm sure they have to keep it, with a certain level of moisture in order for it not to dry out. I don't know. I I'm wondering, and Terralina could probably tell us more. Are they trying to ensure a human connection by having human skin? Because I think you don't really need that in order to have a quote humanoid robot.
Hmm.
This is a waste. You could use that skin for something else or somebody else.
Um, and where are you getting this skin? Dare I ask?
They probably grew it in the lab. You could take human skin cells and
Hmm.
grow
Right.
skin.
Right.
So that's probably what they did.
Or
This
stem
is
cells.
this
Right.
Or
is
stem
still
cells. Yeah, exactly.
still creepy. This is kind of like Frankenstein-ish.
It
Yeah, it's
is.
because it's unnecessary.
Yes, well, there you go. I just, today has been a really interesting day for me. I was already on overload. And today was not a good day for me for change. And to wake up to this was just really a pleasure. So,
So the question was that it's human skin.
mhm. Human
Okay,
skin integrated with with the form factor for a robot, so that the robot now actually has human skin, and they found a way to attach it so that they don't have things sticking through the skin, that the skin actually uh, connects to the form factor.
okay, it's still
Now
creepy.
the deal is, once they learn how to add melatonin, that the robot will actually be able to tan. I know this is going to set Dr. Tachi off.
It's already
Now,
creepy.
why would
Everybody
you
off.
say that?
The robot will
Why
be
would you
out
tell
there
me
on the
this?
Florida beach.
Why would you tell me this?
It is creepy. I'm
So
like, it
I'm
is.
just saying,
It is.
I thought it was very creepy too,
It
and
is.
I am just stunned by how far this crap is going. And they haven't been able to do the whole body yet, but that's the objective. And I was just like, okay, I gotta share this because I'm into robots anyway, but this stuff here is just ridiculous.
We need a robot to look like a robot and not
Right.
look like a human.
Okay,
And if you're gonna make it look like a human, use plastic, rubber, something else. Not
just give me a clue. You know what I mean?
Human robot. Human robot.
Give, and make it keep it looking like a robot. Like there was,
Exactly.
I saw a video where the robot was dressed up like a hot dog for Halloween, okay, and he was stacking the things in there. Just let me know it's a robot. And once they get these movements integrated with AI, where they've learned how to move like us, because at least now robots are a little jerky. You can still tell it's metal, but I'm like, this is just not the truth. Now we're doing cyborgs, right?
okay. So okay, and so
But they're
now
calling it
it can chase you down.
hybrid. You-
Okay,
Crazy.
this is not cool. Seriously, it is not cool
it's
happening.
it's very ugly.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
And
so
that
Okay,
smile is just
creepy.
the fact that they can now make the skin move to the point where
Oh gosh.
you
This
know
is like Frankenstein's greatest dream. Like, oh my God, it's alive. No, let's not do this.
and it gives the impression that it has emotions. Once
Right,
it smiles
right.
or doesn't smile or
Mhm.
whatever, once they learn how to make it have different facial expressions other than a smile. Now you don't know what you really have. You crossed the line between fantasy fiction and fact when you're interacting with this thing, because
because it's
it's gonna
trying to
start
give
showing
it.
emotions. I ask you to sweep the floor and you got an attitude. I could hire a teenager for that.
Can, can it make the face of disgust? Because that's exactly what I feel right now.
Okay, I'm like, okay, I got enough going on in my life without this.
The robot, the robot coming
Got an
in
attitude.
and
I,
looking at you side eye. Hold
you
on.
know what I'm saying? Or he's grinning at me all the time. Whoa. Whoa. No, I know I said something crazy. And you still grinning? Okay.
Okay, that is just creepy.
Okay.
That's worse than the creepy cat. I'm sorry. This is worse than the creepy cat.
And you know they were saying that now this is a Japanese laboratory robotic hydro what do you call it, biohydroid robotic laboratory in Japan. And you know the Japanese are very talented at this.
Mhm.
But because of that, I wanted to share one more thing because I needed to come down after this. So let's see if we
I think this is who asked for this because that's
okay. I'm just like, okay, let me get this started. Can you guys see
it
this?
will start. You can go ahead and start. I'm gonna show it on
Yeah,
screen.
this is an ad. So here,
Okay, so I don't have to.
here we
Amazing.
go.
Dinner on Friday at 7 p.m. Most of us consider our friendships to be important, but friends are not only fun to be around, having a steady group of friends can make us healthier and live longer. It's now well established that friendships are vital for our well-being. In the 1930s, researchers recruited more than 700 men and followed them for decades. They found that it was satisfying relationships rather than fame, money, class, or IQ that kept them healthy and happy throughout their lives. Having a rich and varied social life is even a key predictor for how long we'll live, as well as how healthy we'll be. People with friends are at a lower risk of high blood pressure compared to those without. Having a good friendship group also benefits our sleep and helps us heal faster. One reason why is that a strong social network can boost our immune system. Studies have shown that people with diverse social connections are less susceptible to illness. One well-known study found that when individuals were infected with a cold virus, those with a better social life were 4 times less likely to become infected or only got a mild cold. On the other hand, social isolation is damaging for us. A lack of friends has a similar effect on our health as smoking has, and relationship conflict is linked with chronic illness and higher mortality. That's because feeling isolated and lonely causes a physical response in our body. When we're lonely, our white blood cells change, become more inflamed, and lead to a weakened immune response. Even small, superficial social interactions give us a boost. Saying hello to a barista in a coffee shop has been shown to increase our mood, while a kind act towards a stranger can reduce loneliness. What this research reveals is the intricate link between our mental and physical health. So cultivating and nurturing our friendships literally extends our life and makes us healthier and happier. Oh, hi Nina. It's been way too long. Let's get a coffee in.
Okay.
Okay, that's better. It's like, ooh.
I, because I'm feeling like some kind of way. Okay. And I just don't need a lot of change right now. Okay.
This is good. I think right after the pandemic, one of the studies showed that people who were socially isolated were struggling, and it's good to have friends. Okay, the barista is probably happy to see you because you bringing in $5 or $6 for a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Oh my goodness.
TJ, you ready?
Yeah, I'm just checking some messages. Let me I had to power up my iPad. Forgot to charge it, so let me Power it up. All right, so we ready? Did I miss any the election talk, or we're not
Oh,
talking?
no,
Or what's
we
the?
no, we just slid past
Oh,
all of
okay, so
that and
no
just
election talk. All right, cool. Because I got one story that's going to be around that person, so
Oh,
I'll save it for
conversation.
last.
Please,
Save it for last.
just let
Okay,
me breathe.
okay. And it's not around that person; it's around social media app. Okay, so
okay, that's fine.
I just wanted to know where we going with this because I'm good with anything we're gonna talk about today. All right, let's go. In social media news to update this week. Been a very hectic, busy week, like Carolina said. Let's start with Snapchat. Snapchat is testing. Okay, and this is old. That is from. Let me check my notes because I seem to have something that is old. That is not. Oh, okay, that's the. All right, so I didn't change the headline. So I'll just make up a headline for this. This is from I believe this is from TechCrunch, but I will make up a headline that Snapchat is doing some things with Snapchat Plus subscriptions for the holidays. Okay, so Snapchat is making another push on Snapchat Plus subscriptions this holiday season by partnering with Amazon, Walmart, and Target to sell Snapchat Plus gift cards in the store and online. Now, this is from Snap. This is their quote. As we approach the holidays, annual Snapchat Plus subscriptions are now available for purchase at Target stores across the US and online and via Amazon and Walmart. Gift cards are easy to redeem right now at snapchat.com/plus. That's the website. With Snapchat Plus, Snapchatters, that's what they call the users, Snapchatters can unlock so many fun ways to personalize their app with custom chat wallpapers, seasonal app icons, Bitmoji pets, and more! Exclamation point. It's the gift that keeps on giving all year long. Okay. So now what they're doing here is they are appealing to their Snapchatters. They know what they like. Snapchatters are what? 13 to 24. They like dressing up their Bitmoji. They like changing the app. They like changing the colors. They like Bitmoji pets and all of those things. So if you've got a person in your life that's in this age group and you know they like Snapchat is letting it make it easy for you to buy them a gift. Snapchat Plus subscription. Okay, so they're doing that, and so Snapchat Plus is up to 12 million total members. And Snapchat is pushing this because this is supplemental income to their ads. So why would they not? It's obviously successful for them. So they're pushing it. They're making the kids happy by having these little fun things to do. I expect to see more around Snapchat Plus. And Carolina knows because she's got, you know, this age group in her life and they are Snapchat users. Can you
Yes,
guys
ma'am.
talk while I'm talking?
Yeah, we can talk.
Oh,
Can you,
okay.
yeah, I just muted myself. Yeah, my grandson is just an avid user. He just graduated from high school last year, but he was into it, and I think it's because the messages disappear and we ain't on it.
Okay. All right. There you go. There it is. I like to learn from someone who knows what this story is about. So that's what Snapchat is doing, Snapchat Plus. Now let's move on to Substack. Substack is giving out free subscriptions because they want to boost app installs. Let's talk a little bit about this because Substack is app-based, mobile, and website-based. You can get it on your browser, you can get it on mobile. So Substack is encouraging users to download its mobile app by offering free subscription gifts. So they're saying that to get this gift, you must install the mobile app to claim its free subscriptions. So let me give you a little bit more about what they're doing. So they are sending out, I'm not sure if they're sending out emails. Yeah. So they're seeing, okay, let me get this because I was confused. Like, how are they getting this? So the free subscription offer is being emailed to Substack users. So they get an email that says, here's $6, here's $7, indicating the value of the free month for the subscription that they can get. If they try to accept the gift on a desktop, like click the link, they will see a message directing them to use the Substack app instead, which I think is stupid. And a lot of people in the article agree. So it's so you get the gift, you either scan a QR code or enter the email address, then they receive a link in their email that they can open on their phone. What it is, this is really stupid. Substack wants people to use the app. That this is their way to get you to use the app. They have seen through their own analytics that the app is the number one source of all subscriptions on the platform, on their platform. They have seen that Substack mobile users are more engaged and more likely to pay to follow their favorite publishers. So they're trying to figure out a way that if you get it on the desktop, how do we push them to the mobile app? This is what they're doing. So they send you an email saying, hey, you get a free month subscription to your favorite blah blah person that's on Substack. You click it on the desktop, and then they say, yeah, you can get it, but you got to download the app first, which some people will do, and some people will go, hey, hard stop, I ain't doing all that. For whatever reason, I don't want another app on my phone. I don't want to use my phone. Insert reason here. So I want to see how this works. So Substack is saying that they know people will subscribe and more likely to share, like, comment, or restack, which is a repost in Substack, on mobile than the desktop. So what do we think about that? I know it sounds confusing, but what it is that they are giving out free subscriptions to your favorite publisher who has a paid subscription. And you might want that, and you click it in your email, and Substack says, yeah, you can have this. Click this link and install mobile app first. Then we give you the free month.
Okay, so here's my take. If I'm not already subscribed to whoever I'm watching, you giving me that $8 is not going to make me subscribe to that person. And it doesn't matter if I go to the app or stay on the desktop. I'm not subscribed to them now because I didn't want to pay the $8
You know
to
what?
subscribe.
But remember now, a person, a publisher, you have a Substack, you can have a free and a paid. I've seen it like that. I don't see a
Right.
lot of people that do paid only. Like they do a free and a paid.
I understand. But if I am following somebody and I have not paid anyway,
Right.
you giving me $8 is not going to make me want to pay.
And my question is, how long is it for? Is it for 30
You
days?
get a free month.
And then I have to start paying,
The
right?
subscription is monthly on Substack.
Okay,
Like
so,
Patreon, like all the others.
But
okay.
go ahead, Terry.
Good.
So this, you know what this reminds me of, Francine? It reminds me of when they had the students in the summertime coming door to door selling subscriptions. It's just automated. It's just on my phone now. It's the same thing.
And it's still a no. If I already, if it is, even if it's a new person, I'm on Substack. I'm following the people I want to follow. Just because you're giving me $8 does not mean I want it to go deeper into their content. Because if it was interesting enough for me to do it, I would have already paid the $8 to do it.
But see, Substack is thinking they're gonna try anything to get people to do, download the app. So this,
Okay,
like I said, I don't agree with it, but
and
they're
that's
trying
another
it.
thing. Okay, if I'm on a lot of people are on the app, and a
Mhm.
lot of times I look at Substack from the desktop,
Yeah.
but
As a
but if I'm
creator,
reading the
right.
article, I can read it on the app. I have the app, so
Right. But see, we're the creators, we own the channels. They're looking at people who don't own Substack, who would you get, if you're just a subscriber, you get an email link. And those people some of them are not going to the app, and Substack knows that. They know that people are getting it through their email, clicking a link to read the Substack, which opens on the desktop if they want.
Okay.
So Substack is like, hey, they have some internal numbers. I don't know what's going on internally, but they feel like the growth factor is the mobile app. And how do we get people on the mobile app if they are just getting it through the email? And realize that Substack can tell where things are happening. Like when you have email marketing software, you can tell when people click on a link and go here and where did they come from, and all the analytics are there. So Substack is seeing this, and this is their best try so far. I don't agree with it, but they are trying it, and I expect them to try something else to get people on the mobile app.
May I ask? So, what
Mhm.
is the goal for them here?
Who? Substack?
Yeah.
They want people to use the app for some internal reason, numbers that they have that they're not sharing with us. Because a little bit of the article, let me see what the article, because they put in, wait a minute, let me scan back. It's in there, a little bit of basic information. So before I get to that, so the article says that it so far appear to be working. App downloads for the Substack app on iOS have shot up from 7,752 global daily installs on October 31st to 17,382 as of November 3rd, according to data from App Figures. The company's Substack says its decision to target app installs came after new data indicated that the Substack mobile app has become the #1 source of all subscriptions on its platforms. Substack mobile users are more engaged and more likely to pay to follow their favorite publishers. So that's what I'm saying. That Substack has some internal numbers, internal intel that they're not sharing, that indicates to them that the mobile app is the path to go forward. And then, because they're not ads, right? There's not ads in Substack, right? I'm not sure. I'm trying to
No, they
remember.
don't have ads right now.
Right. So here we go. If they get the app going and get people on the app, here come the ads.
Okay. I just think they're asking the wrong audience because the people who are on Substack are authors. A lot of them are authors, blog writers, and different things, different writers, poets, and all kind of stuff.
Right.
And they have the people that are following them or what have you. But a lot of those people don't do a lot of stuff on the mobile. And I know they want them to go to the mobile, but that's like moving somebody from their house that they've been living in for
Right.
whatever.
That's what I'm saying. You used to one thing. Now, if they use the mobile, if I'm just thinking, if they open the email that Substack sends on the mobile app or a mobile device, that will trigger them to use the mobile device. But this is for people on the web, on a computer,
Sure.
using a browser.
And people were going to delete the email and keep doing what they're doing.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just saying that this is what Substack is. This is their mindset.
Okay.
I don't know. This is what they want.
Okay.
They didn't ask us, but okay.
And also realize that mobile use has grown from everybody kind of access everything from mobile versus the desktop, just generally. So
Right.
this is the way they're doing it. It seems to be working for them. Good to them. This is their internal numbers. This is what they want to hit, their KPIs, and they're hitting it. So they are happy.
Okay.
So there you go for
Yeah, if they like it, I like it for them.
Right. They got internal numbers. Like same thing with Meta. And I think we're going to talk about that in a minute. That Mark Zuckerberg is happy about Threads because they have internal data we don't see. And they're happy about it.
Starting route to 889 South Stemmons
I guess we're going somewhere. Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to OpenAI. OpenAI has acquired chat.com, the URL chat.com. They bought that URL chat.com, and it is another way to get to Chat GPT. Because remember when it first came out, it was this long URL that we had to type in. I bookmarked it. Then they changed it and they bought chatgpt.com. Now they have chat.com. So that's
Oh.
the new way to get to ChatGPT, the shorter way. And there's a little bit of story behind this. They're saying the domain was owned by Dharmesh Shah, the founder and CTO of HubSpot. In early 2023, he purchased chat.com for 15.5 million. A few months later, he announced he had sold the domain and he didn't tell anybody who bought it. Now we know who bought it. OpenAI. So he said that he sold the domain for more than he originally paid for it. So he bought it for 15.5 million, and I think he might have doubled or tripled his return. I'm just guessing.
The person who bought it for $16.99 is probably kicking themselves. When you
But see,
buy
this is why people do the domain. A lot of people buy domains and just sit on them for this reason. I can buy it $10.99 or $5.99 or on sale 99 cents, whatever, and sit on it for years.
Mhm.
And then in 2023, I sell it to somebody and get 15 million. And then that person holds on to it for a year, and they sold it to OpenAI for an undisclosed amount. And I will say, think double or triple whatever he paid
Mhm.
for it.
Mhm.
If he was smart. If he was smart, because who backs OpenAI? Microsoft.
Yep.
So
Yes.
all they got to do is go, hey, Microsoft, we want to buy this for 50 million. Okay. Take it out of petty cash. Microsoft says that's petty cash to Microsoft.
Mhm. Mhm.
They don't care. They might have paid more than 50. If the person, this guy, Dharmesh Shah, was smart, he would have held out for the sky, the moon. You should shoot for the moon. It's
Mhm.
Microsoft. Not gonna hold back. I'm not gonna watch their wallet. It's Microsoft.
Mhm.
Hey, give me 100 million. Done. Take it out of petty cash. That's what
And
Microsoft says.
and don't they write that off as
It's a
advertising?
write-off. It's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
write-off. So I'm just saying that that's why these people buy domains and sit on them like eggs. And
Mhm.
then the golden goose lays the egg and it hatches into 100 million or what. I'm thinking this. If it was me, I would have asked for 250. I would have went for the moon. I would have shot past the moon. It's Microsoft. What are they gonna say? They're the ones that want the chat.com. They want it. I could sit on this thing until you match my number. Because if I've sat on it all this time, I can continue to sit
Mm-hmm.
till the
Yeah.
egg hatches and I got my golden goose coming out. So it's undisclosed what they paid for it.
Mhm.
No one's talking. That's probably a condition of the sale, not to disclose. All right. So good luck to well, not good luck because he paid 50.
He already
He was
paid.
already good. We good. All right, so let's look at Meta. Instagram is adding new features for DMs, and I was looking at this that they and I saw the video from Adam. That of course, he on his Instagram, he goes there and he says this wonderful stuff, and I read the comments, and these comments never disappoint me. It's the same thing over and over. Who wants that? We want X, Y, and Z. Okay, and he ignores them, and round we go. So they have updated the direct messaging DM feature to help creators and influencers.
Mhm.
Specifically, this came out of his mouth. I watched it. Creators and influencers. He said nothing about business people. Why? Because you guys supposed to be running ads. They don't care. They're doing this to help creators and influencers manage their message requests more effectively. So there are going to be new tools that allow users to sort and filter incoming messages based on specific criteria. So it's easily to easily identify important messages, because they're getting stuff from fans, they're getting stuff from whatever. So they might want to see a message from a company or brand, because creators are there to do brand deals. So they want to make sure they get the most important messages. Now the sorting options will be follower count. Messages can be filtered based on the number of followers the sender has. Account type. Users can choose to see messages from verified accounts, other creators or brands. and recency. How recent is it? Messages can be sorted by the most recent ones received, and also there will be a story replies folder to put replies to stories in its own folder. Because remember, there's different feeds in Instagram, so if all the messages come in DM, they don't know if it's coming from a feed post or a story post or whatever. So they're putting that story replies folder in there. So what do we think of that?
I don't
Huh?
care.
Again, that's why I say pay attention to, and this is what I love Adam will say specifically. This is for creators and influencers. He tells you, but they don't listen. So this is not for business owners. I told you off the top. This is not for us. Notes is not for us. This is not for us. A whole bunch of other stuff in Instagram is not for business owners. It is for creators and influencers, because those are the people they want to stay on the app because of TikTok. Nothing wrong with a creator and influencer. I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying that this is their focus. Business owners, you classify yourself as a business to Meta. Meta says go over there and run ads because you're a business. In the story. So I saw that in the comments. Oh, what about I was like, they don't want you here. Go run an ad. Bye. I'm just being honest. That's how Meta thinks of if you classify yourself as a business owner to them. If you're not a creator, they don't care. Not an influencer, they don't care. So we got a hard truth. So that's either, keep doing the organic stuff, or say, hey, I'm gonna run an ad for $5 and see what happens, or whatever the amount. And then those are the two paths. I always say those are the two paths. You got the influencer track, you got the business track. But Meta knows because you told them who you are. All right. So let's look on. Meta has some other stuff. They're developing an AI system to detect teens lying about their age. They're looking to, so they are looking. This is according to Bloomberg. Meta is developing a new AI-based system that will be able to detect youngsters who's lied about their age. Here's the quote: with a proprietary software tool it calls an adult classifier, Meta would categorize users into two age brackets, older or younger than 18, based on the person's own account data. The software can sift through a user's profile, see their follower list, what content they interact with, and will even scan unsuspecting happy birthday posts made by friends to predict a user's age. Now, remember we said that if a kid under 13 wants to be on, all they got to do is get the older person relative date, birth date, and put it in. There's no retina scan. There's no thumbprint. I could say I'm 30 when I'm 13 if I get the right date and put it in. So how do they stop that? I'm new. I'm going to make an account. I'm 12 and I want to be on Instagram. I'm going to say I'm 30, or I'm going to say I'm 21, whatever my cousin, or my brother, sister.
So do you have to load something like your driver's license, or?
But they're not asking for that.
Oh, you mean, okay.
Instagram doesn't. What does Instagram, when you set up a new account right now, all they do is ask for name and age and user. They're not asking for
So how are they
scan.
determining that this is actually the case?
Okay, but with what this software is going to do, it's going to maneuver through all of the stuff and your IP address and whatever you're doing.
The posts you do, your interactions. But what I'm saying is, I'm a new Instagram account user. I'm going to set up an account. I'm 10. I'm smart enough to know that they're not going to let me in. I get a fake ID. Stopping me.
Right.
But the bouncer or whoever's at the door doesn't care, doesn't look at me.
But it's going to, according to this report, it will take a look at what you're posting.
What you do. So
okay, you talking about Cheerios and whatever, they're gonna know that you are not
Right. They're gonna know after the fact, just like I said about the bouncer. Once you go in and you start acting like a 10-year-old kid, get out. And they kick you out. So that's what this is going to do. There's nothing to stop you from, there's nothing at the door of Instagram saying, let me check your retina scan, because I can tell from your retina scan that you're 10. Even though you're telling me your birth date is for a 25-year-old. Your retina scan says this, your thumbnail says this, your ID, like Carolina said, they're not asking for that.
No, I just have young eyes.
Until that point of biometric data,
Oh, but
a
we can make
kid,
the robots smile, but we can't
a
figure this
kid,
out.
I'm
You
10.
can't keep the kids out.
Listen, I'm 10. I want to sign up. I use my brother, sister, cousin, neighbor, whoever who's 21 birthday and sign up. And the door opens, but like Fran says, once they get in and they start going to Roblox or liking stuff that a 10-year-old kid would like, then Instagram goes, okay, kid, boot, and they kick them out. So it's a good try, but that I'm just saying, until there's some biometrics.
I actually think it's pretty good, and it should be adopted by all platforms.
Right.
Just, you know.
No, I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just
No,
saying
no,
that
no.
there's still a
And
door.
I didn't think you were saying that it was bad. I'm
Right.
just saying it needs to go across all platforms. Everybody needs to share the data.
Right.
Well,
Right.
what happens when you get an immature 30-year-old?
They can kick them off.
All right. I got one more, so 'cause I know we're going to end. So let me make sure there's enough time for media stories. The TikTok. Let's talk about that. There's some YouTube things, but we don't have to talk about it. Again, the YouTube stuff has to do with creator channels. TikTok is one, adding easy music sharing from Apple Music and Spotify, so you'll be able to share easily. There's a share to TikTok option that will enable users to share music from Apple Music and Spotify to TikTok. Okay, so there'll be a share to TikTok. And the last story that I wanted to bring up, and I didn't copy this because I don't want it in my notes. I'm going to read it. It's on Social Media Today. Will Trump's victory ensure TikTok's future in the U.S.? What they're saying is that now that that person has been declared the winner, that now TikTok is happy because they're not going to be held to the ban of you must sell to a U.S. entity in order to stay in the App Store and the Google Play Store. So it's I'm gonna put can I put links in here?
Yeah. Just
Where do you put it? Just in
uh,
the
put it in the chat. The chat
Oh,
is over
okay.
to the right. Let's see if it'll go in. So here's my question, or my comment, not a question. And there's other ways to share links too, but we'll figure that out. Oh,
Yeah,
QR
I
codes.
don't. The only way I could do it is the private chat. I don't see
Okay, let me
anything over
see.
here.
I'm gonna put it. Let me see if I can put it over there because this ain't like our other.
Yeah. So anybody wants to read it, read it. I didn't want
Okay,
to
I
copy
put it
this
over
into my
there.
stuff.
Okay, yeah, it's over there. So,
Okay.
isn't he the one that wanted to get him out in the first place?
Yes, but
Okay,
and
That
you
was
have to
last.
read the
Yes.
story, and there's a lot in there. I just wanted to bring it up
Okay.
that is on the table, that TikTok has a reprieve now, so
oh,
to
because he
speak.
got new, because they got new friends. Shut up.
They got new friends, and there may have been some shenanigans. We're not going to talk about that. Maybe some shenanigans that the friends helped them with. That's a thing. So now TikTok is saying, hey, we might not have to do a thing.
We'll see.
Okay, we'll see. Again, we will see. January, we'll tell the tale. Next year, 2025, we'll talk about this some more. But that's what the latest thing is on TikTok. And that's your social media news and update for the week.
Thank you, TJ. Yeah.
TJ.
Woo!
Can you can you all give me a second? Carry on, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the TikTok stuff I find very interesting.
Well, since Dr. Tachi needs a minute, what was happening with YouTube?
Oh, okay. Let's go to YouTube. YouTube is doing some things for shorts creators. They enable features in the shorts for them to request brand partnerships. They're trying to help. Again, here it is, creators. Um, Help them with a process that enables shorts creators to prompt brands for potential partnerships. So they are putting in some kind of creator initiated tag content to brands. If they choose to run ads, these creator initiated links will act in the same way as advertiser initiated links, which confirm rights between brands and creators and give advertisers the ability to view organic video performance in Google Ads. So there's some kind of update that'll enable shorts creators to prompt brands for potential partnerships and help them monetize. So they haven't gone into like details about it, but that's something that's available. And there's another, they also have a filter for most relevant filter for comments. Again, same thing as Instagram, to help creators easily sort through messages and comments and things to look for messages from brands and sponsorship partners where they get to make money. So
Okay.
they're making filters so you can easily, as a content creator, as a YouTube channel owner, to see if a brand reaches out to you. And I think it's going to be a two-way thing where you can reach out to brands easily to make money.
Very
Okay,
interesting.
that's that.
So much happening.
Yeah. So and the TikTok story jumped out at me. So there you have it. So
no, okay, because
and I said to stay on TikTok until they turn the lights out. So here we go. The party it might be 2 a.m. and the bartender saying last call, and it gets to the time of last call and they say, hey, we're staying open. Let the party continue.
Right.
So
Dr. Shachi, let us know when you're ready.
I'm back. But continue on. I'm back. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, you're back. All right. Well, you have the floor, my dear. Let me change this.
We're in interesting times. That's all I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh Louise.
Just hold on, Terralino. Hold on. You got snooze buttons, you got unfollow buttons, you can take a break, and all those things are recommended by the professionals. They say do that. So do it.
That's okay. That's a shame when we have to pull out mental health and wellness like it was a bereavement.
But remember, I think I said a couple of times a few years ago that mental health, wellness, this industry was going to grow. Because I think who was doing this, the sound bowls or something. I forgot who it was a few years ago.
Yeah, because we had a couple of ladies that are part of BizChicks that were doing sound bowls and
meditate, all of that, anything. And I was saying that you didn't have to be like a licensed doctor. Like we weren't going to be in that space of you being a therapist. It was going to be tools and processes to help you easily, get into a better, I guess mind space would be the name.
Right.
But I talked about this and it's going to be bigger. So you can see now.
Yeah, I can see where there would be.
You can see it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And listen, if you're into like the sound bowls and that type of, all that exists on YouTube. I listen to there's one sound bowl person in particular that I listen to, and he has all sorts of things. You'll be asleep quite quickly. if you need that type of relaxation, it exists and it's wonderful. Also, another thing I like, it's very helpful. I also like Zen gardens.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they
see, that's
YouTube
the good thing
has
about
a
YouTube. Once you find one, they'll give you more.
Exactly. And there is actually This is not a huge area where I live that has a lot of Asian people, particularly
Mm-hmm.
not Japanese, but we do have a place here called the Morikami Japanese Gardens, and they
Mm.
do Zen garden demonstrations, and it's a whole huge. I can't remember how many acres, but you can walk around it, and there's all sorts of Japanese inspired things, and it's just wonderful. They even have a cafe with Japanese food, so you can make a whole day of it. So I know you all on the West Coast have a lot of that. So, just find ways to protect your peace and be more zen, you know.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, now this is a tech story, but I didn't hear you all mention it, so I wanted to mention it. Or maybe you did. I don't think you did though. Did you know that Microsoft is giving away $1 million to use Bing?
No,
No.
Uh
I don't
huh.
see that.
Yes, this just came up.
Okay.
So this is really their latest move to gain market share as a search engine and compete against Google. So they announced a $1 million prize for their most loyal user.
Is it
Mm.
1 million a day, or is it just 1 million full stop?
From what I see, it's 1 million full stop. Let
Okay,
me go a
okay,
little. No, it's fine. Let me
okay.
go a little deeper into it, so see if we could ascertain a little bit more. So this promotion is also going for a good cause. It's going to support two nonprofits, and each user gets 20 chances to win, and they release new ways each week to do this. So Microsoft said it's going to donate $5 towards UNICEF and World Wildlife Fund for each rewards member with more than 50 entries. So that's 5 times all those people. And then people who try Bing as a search engine can earn up to 200 entries by performing Bing related activities like setting Bing as a default search engine. Now, good and damn well. Anyway, and then adding the Microsoft Rewards extension, you could doing searches on the search engine, installing Microsoft Edge or the Bing app, setting up Windows backup, and using Bing for everyday tasks. You could also earn rewards by inviting your friends to join, also by making purchases in the Microsoft Store, or achieving a quote Bing daily streak by conducting 3 searches a day for a full week. So, so it is one user. In addition to one user that's going to get the million, 10 more winners will get $10,000. So you get one grand prize of 1 million, and then 10 other winners will get $10,000. So it's open to you if you live in the US, UK, Puerto Rico, Canada, France, and Germany. And it's going to end next month in late December. So why are they doing this again? Browsers and search engines are two places where Microsoft has been trying to really gain users and market
Mhm.
share. So that's why this is. Now, this for me is I'm a Mac user. Um and so Microsoft products never really appealed to me anyway because of being a Mac user. I haven't used a PC since I left the university I was at full time, and that was in 2015. That was the last time I used anything PC based. So my ecosystem is not Microsoft. Have I used Bing? Yes, because I use the AI generator for images there, and it's actually really good.
Mhm. Mhm.
I like it better than some of these other nonsense.
Mhm. Agreed.
So I use it for that. But and then obviously there's Microsoft has a stake in OpenAI. I use ChatGPT. But other than that, other than for generative AI, I'm not really using it. I don't know if you all use it, but would you switch kind of to this ecosystem at least for the time being to win the million?
No,
No,
not at all.
because it's a waste of time and energy because you now have to go over there and look for stuff that
Nope.
okay. Okay, so your competitor has already cornered the market on this. you have cornered the market on ChatGPT. Stay in your lane and be happy with the spoils of working with ChatGPT. Everybody's putting ChatGPT in their stuff. Don't
Mhm.
make me come out of my house to go over there to use it.
Agreed.
Oh, my dear lady, you
And
clearly
I,
do
I,
not know
I'll
the way capitalism works.
and I'll throw a little something in there. I use Perplexity AI, and I
Mm.
went to Perplexity, and they said, "Hey, do you want to change your default search engine in the browser from Google to Perplexity?" I was like, I might do that.
Really?
So, and then remember that Chat GPT has a search
Search
engine.
engine now.
And
Yeah.
they're going to be able to say, hey, instead of using Google, when you open your browser,
Oh.
use us. So
Well,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
So Microsoft with this Bing, it ain't happening. Microsoft, sorry.
And
Go ahead. Go ahead.
because, okay, so now we have Apple Intelligence on all our stuff.
Yeah,
If on my phone, on my laptop, and on my iPad, and when I go in, I actually just ask a question. It's already tapped into Chat GPT
right.
to get me the answers I need without me having to
Exactly.
go to whatever. So
Right.
Google is already coming up with the problem that they are facing. That's why they're putting Gemini and stuff, because
Yeah,
people are not going to want to go to a Google search and then do a search to go through and find stuff. They're going to take me
that's
straight to
it.
an answer.
That's it.
So why are you trying to become Google when Google's trying not to be Google?
Google fell behind, and like Fran said about the artificial intelligence, it's connected with ChatGPT. So who's winning? Not winning, but who's in the lead? It certainly isn't Bing.
And but see, Bing don't even understand that you already have the corner on the market. Don't Bing is Microsoft. I mean, Chat
Yeah,
GPT is Microsoft. So what are you doing?
Are they competing to be master of none because you're about to do a good job and surpass Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the or Meta. Here's the interesting thing. So the only search engine I really use is Google.
Mhm.
Well, no, that's not true. Um, if we're counting Chat GPT search, yes, I'm using that too because by default it does that. It pulls from
right.
those sources. But on the whole, if I'm going to look up something, the first thing I do is go to Google. I'm locked into the Google ecosystem as well,
Right.
Gmail and Google
Mhm.
Sheet. I'm using that whole thing, so I'm already locked into that ecosystem. But you can see that there is a propensity for them to fall behind if they're not careful, as TJ said, particularly with search. Because if you notice, when you open Google now, what's the first thing that happens when you search something? You
They
get
have
an AI
You get an AI summary. Yep.
search.
Yep.
They realize they realized maybe too late, but they realized that this is something that OpenAI was probably going to try and take over search as well. And
Right.
so
Mhm.
they really should have been doing this, if I'm not mistaken, because I've seen it and I pay attention to it and I was read, but it didn't register until like recently. So I didn't pay attention as to when it happened, but it
Mhm.
wasn't that long ago that it happened.
Right. And we also got to throw in generations. That's why I always talk about generations. Gen Z is not going to Google.
Mhm.
They are in whatever they like, and
They
they
use
stay there.
TikTok. That's their search engine.
Right. They're in TikTok, and they like the search in TikTok. They're not going to jump out and go to Google or jump out and go to Bing. Those are places where Bing Copilot and Google is going to be your grandma's search engine. That's what it is. Sorry, I hate to put it that way, but it's in Facebook
Oh my
terms.
gosh.
Gen Z does not go to Facebook for
Mhm.
anything but marketplace.
Mhm.
They're gonna be like, "You are just spoiled." I remember when I had to go to Google to look up things. I didn't have all this AI that you all have now.
And now Apple put Apple Intelligence inside of the phone. They really not going to go to Bing or Google. They're really not going. It's very insular, and I mean, we're laughing, but that's just how it is. That's why I like to talk about generations. I always talk about the cohorts and the grouping because they do things a certain way, and they do not want to be their mother or their father or their grandmother or their grandfather. They do not want to do things that way. So that goes to usage and growth.
And it goes to convenience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can it just be a little more convenient? No, I don't want to use a handheld can
But
opener.
see, humans are creatures of habit. That's why I like to study people who talk about psychology and marketing and stuff like, because you're trying to figure out how to get somebody to make a sale. You got to know some human behavior. Hello, we're not robots. We
Absolutely.
have things going on in our lives. That's why I was talking about the personas, about talking to one person and figuring out who that person is and fully fleshing them out as a person and making content to reach them, because this is what it's about. This is what it's about. You were like, okay, well, what search engine are they going to use? Well, I ask you, what age group are they in? What do they like to do? What are the demographics and the psychographics? That's where we are. So good luck, Bing Copilot. And I think they want to change the name again. So I don't know what they got an identity crisis about their name. So so I don't know what's going on with Microsoft and Copilot and whatever they want to call themselves next.
Poor babies. I actually wanted to, and again, so I know this is you leaning into the tech sector, but because you talked about TikTok and we talked about TikTok, there was something that I brought up yesterday here that I wanted to talk about with TikTok.
Okay.
So it crosses over into TJ's area, but I think this is interesting. TikTok is actually becoming a job board for Gen Z now.
Not shocked.
Not at all. Because it's already the box office, right? You talked about how they're watching movies together, right, on TikTok.
Yeah,
It's already a box office. It's already a search engine. It's already a bazaar for e-commerce, right?
Yep.
TikTok Shop has cleaned up. They almost got me yesterday, but they didn't. I said, nope, I will not. It's really, you can get swept up and swept away with the flood. But I stood, I grabbed onto a tree and I held on because I said, I'm not doing it. So now it's actually becoming a job board for Gen Z. And companies and candidates are seeking each other out on TikTok. So this is according to TubeFilter and Fast Company. So Fast Company, if you don't know, is a publication specifically aimed at women in the workplace. So they pointed out a couple of things that they saw. There was an application from a TikToker, Film with Colleen, who tagged Jubilee. And Jubilee is a digital media company who is really doing big things on YouTube. And they did a lot of stuff with the presidential election. So she applied in a video for the digital media producer role. So they had a role available and she applied via video on TikTok. So the comments underneath that video were full of people who also tagged Jubilee, and they vouched for her. And there was one person who said that they sent her application to a recruiter at the company. So here's the thing. If you want to work, pay attention to social media as well. So I think this gives her an edge, and she did confirm that she did get an interview with Jubilee.
You
It
know,
is. Go
this
ahead.
has been going on a while. These video interviews over there on TikTok. You know,
Yes,
people apply. It's been going on for a couple of years now. Yeah.
absolutely. This has been a thing. It's not necessarily a new thing, but I think the newness in it is, number one, the acceptance of this, because before
Yes.
people were just doing it to do it to, be different and show. But now companies are acknowledging that people are going to try to apply this way. So both parties are now, it's more two-sided than before. Before it was one-sided. So now companies are actually on board with this type of thing, and companies are seeking people out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's nothing new, but I think the acceptance on both sides of this is something new. And I found this interesting, and I actually am going to post this in my on my social and ask people, would you apply for a job on via TikTok or Instagram or YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and not the other traditional way?
Right. And so here's the thing, the people who are posting the jobs on TikTok are already in they're just outside the demographic of the people they're looking for, right?
Mhm.
These are the
Mhm.
people who are already on TikTok and they're growing up now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
they're going back to what they know to post a job.
Right.
Exactly. And so this is heed my warning, people over Gen Z. You ought to do this as well.
Yeah,
You may not be comfortable with doing it, but guess what? To the victors go the spoils.
that's right.
So the person who is comfortable doing this type of thing, who is able to stand out, will secure the position. Now,
That's
once
right.
they get there, they can flub it up completely, I'm sure. But in the meantime, they've managed to get the attention. This also shows innovation. It shows that you're willing to do something different. And companies are not going to be okay with the same old okey doke, because even though it has given them steady business all along, this new generation wants something different, and they are not with the same old steady way of doing things. And so this means companies have had to change to adjust for that. Well, the ones who want to survive change to adjust for that. That means you need a different type of worker. That means you need to recruit them in novel ways. And I think this is what we're seeing here. So I wanted to bring that up because we were talking about it. And so, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
absolutely. All right, let's talk a little bit about some more media related stuff. Do I want Yeah, let's do this. Let's talk the Grammys.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, a partial list of the Grammys for
Mhm.
the 2025 Grammy Awards has been they've been announced.
Okay.
So, well, actually, it's been announced, but I have the partial list here. So, but Beyonce is leading with 11 nominations
Mm-hmm.
Good.
for her for Album of the Year, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year for music from Cowboy Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
this should be
Post
interesting.
Yeah, actually, absolutely. Well, we'll come back to that. Post Malone. Here's the thing. I know exactly who Post Malone is, but if you ask me to name a Post Malone song, I cannot Post Malone
Me too.
anything.
Me
I'm like,
too.
and you know who he is because I'm like, oh, as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh, okay, tattoos all over his face. I don't know what genre he sings.
What's
I
his
don't know.
songs? I
I
know
don't
he was
have
at
no clue.
Coachella, right? He was there, and
He was at Coachella, but I didn't watch
me
him.
either.
I didn't watch him at Coachella. I watched Coachella, but not him. So I have no clue what genre of music he is, what he sings. I just know who he is. I know exactly who he is. So
I
yeah,
know, yeah, I know him visually, but I don't know any of his music. I know he has one of the songs on Cowboy Carter. I know that, right?
yes. So
Okay.
he is apparently he's a country artist
Okay.
or somewhat country because he has nominations in country categories, including nods for "I Had Some Help," and yeah, so I think he's country, but maybe new age country, if that makes any sense, not like the Oak Ridge Boys type of country. So
Mhm.
other nominees include Sabrina Carpenter and Chappelle. Is it Chappelle Rowan? I don't know how to say the
I'm not,
name.
I don't know either.
They got their first nominations. Billie Eilish has snagged several nominations, and I have, including Album of the Year. And I have to say, Billie Eilish is actually quite good, quite good. So that makes sense. So the most dominant artist, Taylor Swift, is also going to compete for several top prizes. So it's going to be held in Los Angeles on February 2nd. So we have a few months before we see this. We have, oh, so let me tell you which other things have been nominated. The album New Blue Sun by Andre 3000. Have
I
you?
love
Yes.
his music.
Yes. Now, if you don't know Andre 3000, he is one half of Outkast, the hip hop group from Atlanta. I love Outkast.
Me
I
too.
He's
I
from the
love his
age
album, his new one, the
the
instrumental.
new Blue Sun, right,
Blue.
where he's playing
Yeah,
the flute.
yeah,
Yes. So he's Andre 3000 has always been on another realm and
yeah,
another
yeah.
level.
Yeah, he,
Even when as part of Outkast.
he
So
yeah.
he
He's an
this
acquired
latest
taste.
yes. Definitely. This latest thing, and everybody was really excited. But I'm like, if you're looking for a Stankonia album or whatever, this is not what this is. This is something completely different. This
Right.
is him coming into himself and getting in touch with where and the man does not age. Except for the fact that he has gray hair, he looks exactly the same as he did like when he was in his 20s. But I guess flute music and peace will do that for you. So, Andre 3000's album New Blue Sun is nominated as well, which is awesome.
That's
Of
great.
course,
I love it.
Cowboy Carter, Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter, Brat by Charlie XCX, Jesse Volume 4 by Jacob Collier, Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish, Chappell Roan and the Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess by Chappell Roan, and The Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift. So these are all things that are up for album of the year, and there are a bunch of others, and of course you could go to the Grammys website to see the full list of nominees. I'm trying to see if there's anything that's standing out to me. Excuse me, hold on. Excuse me.
Mhm.
No, nothing's really standing out to me, but but those are some of the top ones that are there. Wait, Ricky Gervais, huh? Okay, Dave Chappelle. Okay, so this must be for comedy album then, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Armageddon from Ricky Gervais, The Dreamer from Dave Chappelle, The Prisoner from Jim Gaffigan, Someday You'll Die, Nikki Glazer, and Where Was I, Trevor Noah. Yeah. So that's definitely for best comedy album. So there are a bunch of interesting things. Now, what I want to know from you all are you going to watch the Grammys in
Yeah,
February?
No,
I am.
Okay.
I
Not
am.
I, said the cat.
I will. Cause
no.
I like. I hear. I want to see Andre. I hope they let him perform, which they might not. I want to see Kendrick there.
So
Did they
Oh
say anything
yes,
about
they're
Kendrick
not like us is nominated for a Grammy.
for Song of the Year? Yeah. What best rap? I didn't check. I didn't check. That's what I'm asking. I was trying to
Hold
check
on, let me go back. The way they have, um,
because I can go to
actually,
his
it's
Reddit
for
and see
song.
Song
It's
of the
for
Year.
song of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
can go to Reddit and I go to his Reddit. They got it there.
So let me tell you, song of the year. Now and Then by the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
Texas
Now and then
Hold'em. Yeah, I don't know.
they
Texas
got a song
Hold'em.
out.
Apparently so.
no,
I
they,
don't know.
they did that Now and Then song was the one that by John Lennon that
Oh, was
they
that the reimagined AI song?
That one.
What AI?
yeah, where they went back and got his
They cleaned up
Voice.
his voice.
yes
Yes.
and put
Okay.
that
Now I
out.
remember. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I remember that too. So Now and Then by the Beatles, Texas Hold'em from Beyonce, Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, 360 Charlie XCX, Birds of a Feather from Billie Eilish, Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar, Good Luck Babe from Chappell Roan, Fortnite from Taylor Swift featuring Post Malone. So those are the song of the year.
I gotta give it to Kendrick. I'm sorry. He is. It's Song of the Year. Which one? I get them mixed up. There's a difference between Song of the Year and Record of the Year. What's the
Yeah,
difference?
album of the year is the entire compilation.
No,
Song
I
of the
mean the
year is
song and the record. Because one is for songwriting and one is for the like a popular. What's the
oh
difference?
yes. So That's a good question. I don't know the difference between the
Me
song
either.
of the year and the record of
There's
the
some
year.
difference. There's one that's based like a writer. I can't
Mm.
remember if it's song or record.
I'll tell you right now.
The writers get it,
So
and
the
then the
main
other one is the
difference is
artist.
the record of the year recognizes a recording of a song, while song of the year recognizes the song's composition.
Got it.
So with
Okay.
record of the year, you're talking about the artists, producers, engineers, and other contributors to a specific recording of a song. The award is given to the performing artist, but can also include the producers, sound engineers, and master engineer.
Okay.
Song of the year recognizes the songwriters who wrote the song. The
Okay.
award goes to the person or people who wrote the song, not the performer.
Okay, got it. Got it.
So my question for you all who are going to watch this, how are you going to watch it?
What do you mean
On
how?
TV
I might
YouTube?
turn the TV on.
Mm.
I
Or
might
YouTube?
I might turn
You
the
know I'm
TV
big on
on.
YouTube. Here's the thing. You already know my stance on award shows. I love the fact that you are able to be rewarded by your peers for
Yeah.
your good work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sit and watch you be rewarded for your good work for 4
Got it.
hours. Therefore, I'm good with the red carpet. I want to see the fashions,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will watch the highlights. If
Yeah,
there's a
see, I want to
performance,
see the performances. Like if
so
it's
do
a
I,
good
but I can
year.
see the specific ones because it's going to be all kinds of things, even the genres I don't care about. So
Right.
that's why. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that was nice. That's nice. I do enjoy the pre-show of the Grammys, which they
Yes.
show on YouTube,
Yes.
because this is where you will see performances and performers that they're not
Mhm.
going to show on the main show.
Right.
So usually what
Mm.
happens is around 5 p.m. that day, 5 p.m. Eastern, if you go to the Grammys YouTube account, they will be doing
Yes.
the awards that are not going to be
Yeah.
at the main
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, because they'll do awards all day. It's just they tell up the ones that are televised, but they do them
Correct.
all day. Like, because you'll see it pop up on social media. This person won spoken word. The ones they don't show on the televised show.
They never
But-
could. That would be an 8-hour show.
Right. And see, I didn't watch the Grammys last. I don't remember. I only want to watch if it's I'd see a bunch of performances of people that I know. So like if I hear Andre 3000, I hope he performs. Kendrick Lamar, I know he's gonna perform. I don't think Beyonce's gonna perform, but there'll be some other people. I just feel like this year I want to watch it, but I won't
Okay.
watch it. It'll just be on. And then when the person I want to see, I'll come and watch it, and then I'll turn the volume down and go and do something else. That's how I do it.
That's how you do it. And see, I don't keep it running because what happens is I'm usually watching what's happening on social media.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, coming up next is such and such. Okay, good. I could tune in. And then I tune out when I'm done. Or I don't watch it at all, which is probably the case. And I go back and watch the highlights and the performances of the people I want to see.
Right.
Mm.
Right. I will. That's what I'm saying. I will have it on, but I will be doing like my computer or the phone, or I'll be wandering around. And then when, like you said, when they will say on social media, so and so it's coming up, and then I'll run and watch it, but I'll leave it on. I won't turn it on and off. I just won't pay attention to it like that. So, and it's got, I do the BET awards like that. I think the last time when they wanted to when they want to award somebody with the, not the icon award, they do a legend, whatever they call it on BET awards, and then I will keep it on and then tune out, and then when that person comes out, did they do Usher last year? I don't remember, but I'll keep it on, and then when say Usher or the Isley Brothers, or they come out and they do the tribute, I will watch that, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. But I will be on social media ignoring it
There you
until
go. Until that moment.
that thing comes on. So it's just on, like a painting on mute.
Mm.
There we go. So if you're interested, it's all over the place now, but you can
I'm
go
excited.
to Grammys.com and see the full list of everyone who is nominated. And congrats to the nominees and good luck to all
Yeah.
of you as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit about some television. Paramount Global has added 3.5 million streaming subscribers in quarter 3. and movies have declined there for them. So the third quarter, that's good for them, but those gains also failed to offset declines that they had in their larger TV and film businesses. So film, as I said, has declined for them. The They're a CBS broadcast network. Remember, Paramount is CBS. So the movie studio and cable network Comedy Central said third quarter revenue fell 6% to 6.73 billion from 7.13 billion the year earlier. Paramount reported earnings of 1 million or 0 cents per share, sheesh, compared with a profit of 295 million or 43 cents per share the year earlier. Sheesh.
Wow.
That's bad.
It's not good.
It's not good at all. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do to offset those types of things. Are we going to talk price hikes? Are we talking cutting staff and projects? We'll see. We'll see what happens. So just like a lot of their rivals, Paramount is in a struggle to move forward when more consumers would regularly watch appointment TV, like CBS Evening News and The Daily Show for Comedy Central at specific times. They've moved to streaming services where they can watch things on their own, on their own choosing. So appointment television is gone.
And they are really trying to drag this thing out because there are some shows that I really enjoy. Like I am watching Matlock, and they will not drop that thing except weekly and then at midnight or something crazy. So they just want your butt in the seat. I'm just like, for real, people?
Yeah, which is interesting. But you know why they do that? Because
Yeah,
they're trying to string you along to keep you paying for whatever service
exactly.
so that as long as, but here's the thing. This is why this backfires often. They don't have anything to replace that viewership once
Mhm.
that show is over.
Exactly. We're done.
So it's like, well, it's time for us to get divorced now.
Mhm. Basically.
The only thing that has CBS keeping dragging along is NCIS.
Let's
That
see.
show that's been on for 10 donkey years.
Yes, it is the only thing that. So now they have NCIS Origins, and so those
Hawaii and
right. So, but the original NCIS is still holding on because it was well written and people were interested in it, and so it's still there. The rest of them are like, whatever. I do like Matlock and I like Elsbeth. You know, they dragged
yes,
her
I
out of
love
Oh
Good
Elspeth.
yeah,
Life.
Elsbeth. I gotta
Yeah.
catch up on Elsbeth.
Yeah, they
I
dragged
haven't started watching it, but I've heard it's really good. So I
It
said that I
is.
was going
it
to,
is
yeah.
very good.
It is
And
good.
yeah, they did good with that. And she was like the little quirky person on The Good Wife.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I loved her on The Good Wife.
Right.
Yeah. The Good Wife and The Good Fight were actually
Yes,
both
yes, she
very
was on
good.
that too. Hmm.
Yeah. And so her character emerged out of that. And that is a good run for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good.
But that's
Absolutely.
about it. That's about all I can find over there.
And
Well,
they cannot do any more Star Trek. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Mhm.
okay, Captain Picard can only go so far.
love myself some Picard though.
Oh, I
Right.
love him. He's the
I
best.
I like Star Trek, but they're gonna have to be creative, do something if they gonna hold the audience. You know what I mean? Because
Well, this is what's going to happen. The CBS slash parent, let's just say Paramount, because that's their parent company. They're going to have a day of reckoning to sit down and say, okay, let's be real with ourselves. We've been lying to ourselves for a long time, but we have to sit down and be real. Now they know who their audience is. It skews older. They are not trying to appeal necessarily to younger people, but that move is not going to give you longevity.
Well, not only that, people suck up content and then they're like, where's the rest of it? You know what I mean?
and they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
out.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, they're home
absolutely.
all day, is my point. They're home all day. Once they run through your content, I mean, what else do you have to offer?
Nothing.
So they move on.
So, and yeah, well, exactly, exactly. But my point to talking about skewing older, yeah, they
Hmm.
don't have enough content, irrespective of age. But remember, for you to have longevity, you have to have new audiences, and often those because you reach a saturation point where
Hmm.
everybody who is going to purchase your services or watch you gets to
Exactly.
that point, and you don't grow beyond that. You only grow by getting new audiences. So that means, all right, we have to attract somebody other than what our demo is. So we need to attract younger people. Now, here is the problem with that. Younger people are not watching traditional linear television, and especially not CBS. CBS is the last that anybody watches. There's not programming in there. The programming there is really aimed towards an older demographic. And even when
Mhm.
you say, fine, well, Paramount is is the parent company of Viacom as well, which is MTV, which is VH1, which is BET Plus, Comedy Central. Those all still skew a little bit older as well. You don't hear Gen Xers say, "Oh, I let me go watch MTV." They're not necessarily. They've started to skew a little bit older. So their entire portfolio is a very narrow slice of viewing audiences. If they want to survive, into I'm not even saying the next millennium, I'm saying in the next few years, you have got to figure out, what are we going to do? How am I going to pull in YouTube? What am I going to do with my TikTok strategy? And not just repurposing clips of the shows that are on linear. How am I specifically going to create programming for this? Now, there's another, and I know I'm getting deep into the weeds here, but there is another thing that is preventing that from happening.
Mm.
Money.
Mm.
These media companies are used to making big profits. That's what they're
Mhm.
used to. They're also publicly traded. So they're beholden to the shareholders. So the thing is big profits. That's what they're looking at. Big profits makes investors happy. So you're not going to get huge returns from social, not yet.
Mhm.
Not yet. This is still very young. Social is still young in terms of monetization, right? Before,
Mhm.
people just put stuff up just to put stuff up and be seen. So then people say, well, we could probably make money off of that, but that movement is still new. It's still very young. It's in its infancy. And so media is not making the money that they're used to from traditional linear media. And that stops them from wanting to invest in a strategy because they don't think the return is there. I'm telling you, you're making a mistake if you don't invest. I can't with people. I can listen, I can't want it more for you than you want it for yourself. You are the type of people I have to leave at the base of the mountain as I climb to the summit. So, so that's what's happening over there. Paramount, um, Paramount added 3.5 million streaming subscribers. Um, So maybe here's the thing. I know a lot of people were a little squeamish about streaming, and because there's a saturation. So we're seeing a lot of people pulling back, not consumers, but we're seeing a lot of companies pulling back from that in terms
Mm.
of they're letting people go from their streaming divisions. They may not be taking as much, making as much original programming and licensing as much programming, right? So we're seeing a pulling back a little bit from that. Again, this is what happens. Learn from Nintendo. If you didn't learn anything from them while they sat in the shadows as everybody pulled out of the video game market and then said, Phoom, if you don't learn anything else, learn that. Wait, wait, wait. Just wait. But that's the only advice I can give you. I can't help you anymore. So, if there are no more comments, I will move on to our next story. All right, where are you? hold on. Hold on a second. Sorry.
Mhm.
Because I'm using two devices.
Ah,
When I go live, I cannot keep stuff, the stories open on my computer because it eats up resources. So I can't look at that because Chrome is very resource heavy. So I'm already streaming using Chrome and then looking at stuff. That's a recipe for dropped frames. So I don't do that. So I open my iPad and do that. So I'm having to flip now to something else. Where are we? Okay. Yes. So I wanted to talk about, I have some pop culture news that I wanted to put in there. So let's talk a little bit about KFC. KFC has actually partnered with Hatch. And if you don't know Hatch, they are a sleep wellness company. So sleep wellness and fried chicken don't seem to go together, do they? No? Well, they do in this case because apparently they have a collaboration that was inspired by a viral social media trend. And I don't know if anybody's seen this. Users pointed out how the crackling sound of fried chicken actually resembles the patter of rainfall. And so Hatch is actually known for their premium sleep audio content and devices, and they saw an opportunity to do something special with this. They designed a soundscape to help restless sleepers drift off to sleep to fried chicken sounds.
You stop.
Isn't that nice?
Stop.
okay, I'm scared. What is it? The sound of popping grease? What? I
Yeah,
don't
okay,
know.
you know what? Here, let me
What are
do
you
this.
listening
I
to?
am
Playing it?
going to hold on. Let me see if I can. I'm going to share this. Give me a second. Let me send this to my MacBook.
Oh my goodness. The sound of frying.
Frying
Oh, I
chicken.
think I know what it is. It's the chicken in the pan sizzling.
Sizzling or something?
And
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pressure
it's like a
cooker.
fryer. Here, I'm about to share. Can I?
Yeah, you can share screen.
Okay, here we
I
go.
think that's what it is.
Screen share, and let me share.
I can't. Every
Does
time I
that put
think
you
I
to
can't be
sleep when you're cooking chicken? Does that put you to sleep? It don't put me to sleep.
Not I, said the
this
cat.
is ASMR, right?
It
Or
is ASMR. All
ASMR.
right, so this
Yes.
is the story. And here you can see this is a Hatch device.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some wonderful, as my mother says, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Kentucky.
Yes, she's like, do you want Kentucky Fried Chicken? So let's go to YouTube, and here we go. Can you see this?
Yeah, we see
I
Yeah,
it.
see her holding the mic over
yeah,
there.
just hit the play button, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, you can just hit the play
I'm
button.
sorry. You know what it is? Let's see. I have to
It's in
share
the
this
other
tab.
device.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Yeah, because it was sharing the tab that I was currently in. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Meg.
I'm Seth.
Nice to meet you. You're the food innovation guy for KFC?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool, ma'am. Okay. Have you heard the internet rumor that
not
the sound
like
of falling
that.
rain is actually the sound of fried chicken?
Yes.
Should we get to the bottom of that rumor?
Yeah, I've got everything set up, ready to go.
Okay,
right.
let's make chicken. Okay, what are we doing here?
So right now we are mixing up the flour and the seasoning.
Do you know the secret recipe?
What?
No comment.
Have you ever had a nightmare about a chicken?
No.
Good job. Do you wish you dreamt about chicken more? Sometimes I dream about dreaming. Have you ever slept with a piece of chicken under your pillow, you know, like just to see?
Is she for
Just to see
real?
what?
Do you ever eat fried chicken in bed?
Maybe.
That's a lot of chicken. What are you doing now?
Now that it's breaded, I'm putting it to the baskets to be dropped and fried.
Are there any sounds that you like to fall asleep to?
Whale sounds, that's a fun one.
Are we ready to start frying?
Let's see what we got.
You notice how he backed away?
Sure
I think it
did.
sounds good. Are you getting sleepy? Nice. Okay, we got it. Ready? Sounds like rain. We did it.
I think we did it.
Well, look out for that sound on Hatch Plus.
Yes, ma'am. Bye.
Okay.
You saw it in America. Okay.
And we say why and who asked for this.
Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you why. This is Gen Z's alley. Quirky. Tell me, do you remember the ad that I showed you for Snapchat with the
oranges,
and the
Oh,
things flying and unicorns? This is the kind of stuff Gen Z likes.
Okay.
This kind of quirky. I got a podcast from my bed. I wear pajamas to school, and this is their vibe.
Listen,
Okay.
well, but I could see how it does sound like rain and how that could, but knowing that it's chicken would not make me sleepy. That would make me energized. You know what I'm saying?
It would make me hungry.
Paranoid that
I want a piece of chicken now.
Grease.
I smell grease now.
Yeah, exactly. That's interesting. So rather than the smell of clean rain, relaxing rain, you think of grease falling from the sky, or
Maybe
you
because
think
they don't really cook chicken and we do.
See, this is
that
the
could be
thing.
it.
Gen Z is on a different vibrational. They're on a different level. They connect with things differently than we do. That's all I'm saying. I don't understand it either. I'm just saying that they connect with things differently from us. And like Carolina said, they don't fry chicken or whatever. It's like the things that they don't do, but they connect to those things differently than we do. Because you're like, I know how to fry chicken. We know how to fry chicken. You know, my mom and my grandma.
And maybe it's because they're laying on the couch while we're frying the chicken.
What is that thing they call bedding when they lay in a bed and they don't do anything? There's a name for it. But that's
called lazy.
Yes, it's called. We call it late. They got a name for it. I can't think of the name. Oh my god, bedding, deading, something.
Nesting?
No, that's not the word. Who?
Okay, whatever.
Vegging?
No, it's some word, and because I asked my daughter about it, she was like, "No, she doesn't do that." I know she doesn't do that, but I asked her about it. It's some word. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Whatever. It's fried. Okay. To me, it sounds like a crackle of a fire more than the rain.
Yeah, more than the rain. Yeah. But again, like you said, Carolina, if you are not associated or acquainted with the way frying chicken sounds, with the way cooking sounds, to you, it could very well sound like similar to rain.
Right.
For us, we could tell the difference. We're like, that's chicken. That's not rain.
But see, it's because they not to put down any parent or what, but they grow up in a house where nothing is cooked. Everything is Ubered, Grubhub. See, they don't. Some of these,
or they didn't make them cook. Like
they
we
didn't
had to
make
start
them
cooking
cook.
at 5.
They don't have a nana. They don't have a big mama. Whatever you want to call it, that's in their cooking. Their stuff comes at the door in a bag. A lot of Gen Z, a lot.
And see, this is the thing too. They also had a lot more people around, should I say. Part of that is also modern times and what has happened. So like Gen X, a lot of us were latchkey kids. So
yes,
that's the whole thing of like, don't open the door for anybody. So you don't open the door for anybody,
right?
And if you want to eat, you cook. So
yes,
I remember
I had to
that
start the rice. I got home. You gotta go. I know how to make rice. Like
exactly.
I'm at home. You got to take the stuff out the freezer. You got to make the right. Everything gets started before mom gets home from work or dad gets. That was us. This generation, everything comes packaged. Everything is microwavable. Everything is deliverable, and that's how they live.
Absolutely.
But
So
like me in here, I say, hey, you want something to eat? I'm gonna show you once, and then she knows how to make it. She even makes tofu stuff that I'm like, I don't want any of that, but she knows how to make it and plate it and all. I do that. But if you have parents that don't do that with their children, and it's very convenient they can use their phone to Grubhub, Seamless. They're hungry, the parents aren't home. I'm hungry, I want a pizza. They Grub, it comes.
and that's
Like,
why fried chicken sounds like rain to them.
yes, I'm thinking the Jetsons. Remember how everything just popped out of that's their life, not ours. So,
Fantastic. All right. Well, that's actually what I have for us today.
okay.
Okay. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in to BizChicks. And this is just another living room set that we have that we are testing out. We want to give you an opportunity to join in with BizChicks. You can text biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net and join the community. Thank you for spending your Friday with us. We will be back on Monday for Coffee and Conversations. We will be back next Friday for some more news and updates for social media, for social media, tech, all kind of stuff that's happening. So we want to thank you again for tuning in. And remember that we are here to I didn't have this one written.
Take the hassle out of your hustle
Uh-huh.
and help you run a profitable business that's fun to run.
So thank you. What did I do? I pushed a button. Oh, that's what I want. Woo, like that. Okay, so we'll see you next time. Let me see how I am going to serenade us up out of here.
Mhm.
And here we go.